Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. So, it's been a few weeks. Been doing this for quite some time now, so sometimes it feels like every week is a little much because I've talked about everything. When I first started this years and years ago, the first couple of episodes were me kind of introducing myself, talking about my love of Superman, where it came from, and I got a guy responding, "This Scotty V isn't saying anything. We don't care about your life and how you love Superman and that you have a wife who had a Superman birthday party when she was 9 or 7 or whatever she was. Say something of substance." I got a couple of defenders at that time. Steve came on and said, this guy's, he's trying to let you know who he is. He's trying to talk about his love of Superman. It was kind of a positive thing, talking about how much I loved Superman and how it kind of has lasted my whole life since when I was 3 and the Christopher Reeve movie came out. But since then, there have been a variety of subjects. I was originally asked to do a rant by Steve, a Superman rant each week, something where it bothered me, or I had a strong opinion about something, or I had to say something, of great import. I don't often have anything of great import to say at any point in my life to anyone. But there were some great cool episodes, there were some angry episodes, there were some complaining episodes, there were some happy episodes. And now I'm just going to take my time, and when something happens that I feel the need to speak of, I'll come and give you a few thoughts on it. But I wanted to talk about some happy, positive, Superman-y things today. I have 2 little girls, and we oftentimes watch Supergirl together, although the youngest one it's hard to get her off the YouTubes and off the games to sit down and watch. So sometimes she'll kind of fade off her game and start to watch what we're watching, and other times she'll drift over halfway through because it catches her attention. And still other times she doesn't watch at all with us. But through the years since it started, I get little gifts from my daughters sometimes. This one was from Chloe, who's 11 now. She probably drew this when she was 9. It's Supergirl crying because she's talking to the hologram of her mother in her little fortress or whatever it was. These, almost every birthday, I get made cards. This one is from Chloe again, and on the back, a drawing of Supergirl. Kara Danvers, a.k.a. Supergirl, wishes you a happy birthday. And a little poem in here with a little Super S. It's just happy, fun stuff that you get from kids, Again, I'll get comments. We don't care about your kids and what they drew for you, but this is from Lexi, who often takes a cue from what her sister is doing. On the back, Lexi drew a Supergirl and spelled it Soup, S-O-O-P, girl. And inside drew a little happy birthday cake and says she hopes mommy makes cookies, but even if she doesn't, we're still going to have fun. And that's her version of the Supergirl S. It looks kind of like a 5. Oftentimes I find kids, Xavier, my nephew, does the same thing. They look at the symbol, and rather than seeing an S in a shield, they see these strange shapes. And maybe it's because their mind isn't recognizing that it's actually an S, but there's the shape with the little arrow and the triangle down here, and so you get little shapes that still kind of looks like an S, but I think they're trying to make what they see as shapes. And then there's cards from my wife. They're always Superman related. And this is a little picture Lexi drew of me. And as you can see, I have a Superman shirt on. That's who I am to her. This is the envelope to my Valentine's Day card. My wife calls me Honey Babe, and it's in a super shield, and of course a heart. And the Valentine's Day card, you've all seen this card. Probably many of you have gotten this card from your wife or significant other. This is interesting because at school, this is already printed, and I don't know if she got to pick the one she wanted or if all the ties look like this, but I find it odd that all of the kids had to make their dad a tie for me. But it says Happy Father's Day, and it has a little Superman on the cover inspired by Man of Steel or maybe by the New 52 Superman. My dad is silly, funny, jokester, I think that says. Hilarious, happy, and cool. She spells jokester, J-O-L-T-S-T-E-R. And this is a little cutout Supergirl that Lexi made, which I think is pretty cool. It's just fun stuff you get to see, and inspirational that they love the Supergirl show and they're little girls and they have somebody they can kind of look up to. And then in school, they had a little project, which superhero would you be? And Lexi had to write a little essay about it. And it says, Supergirl is the best. She can jump on buildings. Supergirl saves us, and that is amazing. I love Supergirl. Supergirl is a superhero because she can fly. She can save us from a fire. I think she can stop crime to save us too. That's her whole essay. And the teacher says, great reasons. You're missing an introduction and a conclusion. See the back for ideas. But I thought this was very cute. She can fly. I think that's great. She can stop crime. That's a wonderful thing too. And speaking of something that's inspiring, something that women or girls can look up to, Metropolis has been announced on the all-digital network. And with the outrage that I've seen about how terrible it's going to be and how they're already boycotting and how they're never going to watch it and no thank you and I don't want this and who the hell is asking for it, and I'm the negative one, I almost feel like it'll be stopped before it even begins, but they've ordered a full season, 12 or whatever episodes, of this adventure series with Lois Lane and Lex Luthor, investigating scientific fringe things throughout Metropolis. And I said, this is great, because I like every and as many Superman universe-related shows that we can get. And this one's going to center around Lois and, of course, Lex. They're partners for some reason. I'm not sure how they're going to explain why Lex is investigating things with Lois. But in series like Birthright, the comic, in Smallville, in Superboy stories, Lex was this guy who loved science and loved to explore things. And in Birthright, he was looking at fringe elements in Smallville. And so it's not entirely something that we haven't seen before. So I'm looking forward to it. And Lois Lane being at the center, seeing what makes her tick, seeing them a little bit younger before Lex has become the bad guy, probably in some sort of romantic relationship or possibly with some romantic tension going on, which also isn't unprecedented. The animated series and also many different comic books throughout the years, Smallville with Lana have kind of hinted that there may have been a relationship there, or there could be a relationship there, or that there definitely was a relationship there. I think it could be very interesting, and of course it's on the digital service, so who's going to watch it, how many people are going to actually subscribe, but they've got some other things going on there, Titans, that kind of thing. So I don't see why it's a negative thing. Give it a shot. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, always look up to your role models.